This reflection is based on the readings for Friday, June 26th. The simplicity of God. Frequently, when I get into my theological mode of talking about God with Ginny, she will gently remind me, "Joe, remember God is simple." A good reminder for me to stop talking. And of course, she is theologically very sound. God is simple, that is, not composed of or divisible into parts, as proved by no less a theologian than St. Thomas Aquinas in his Summa Theologica. We get a little insight into the simplicity of God in Friday's first reading from Genesis. In it, we overhear a conversation between God and Abraham. Abraham is now 99 and has been waiting a long time for the promised son. God tells him straight this time, "Abraham, this time next year you will have a son by Sarah." His reaction? Remember, he's now 99 and Sarah is 89. How would you react? He laughs. Can a child be born to a man who is 100 years old? Or Sarah give birth at 90? Then, in Saturday's reading, we hear Sarah's reaction to the news. More laughter. Her thoughts are a little more descriptive. Now that I am so withered and my husband is so old, am I still able to have sexual pleasure? From a human perspective, this whole thing is ridiculous to the point of laughter. Yet all the human buts seem irrelevant to God. God doesn't get our objections because from God's perspective, our objections are no objections. It's really very simple. God speaks and things happen. There will be a son. But there is something more. Both Abraham and Sarah laughed at the thought of God's crazy plan. Both, and I think especially Sarah, are well aware that for God's plan to work, Abraham and Sarah still have a little something to do. This was not going to be an immaculate conception. So I imagine that their laughter didn't stop at God's announcement. I imagine a lot of laughter that night. And I imagine God having a little chuckle too. And when the child is finally conceived and born, what else could his name be but Isaac, the Hebrew word for he laughs? What a delightful God we have, who brushes away our human obstacles as totally irrelevant and implements his plan in a way that can only bring laughter and joy to us. Be not afraid. Your brother in Christ, Joe Sosnowski.